A very good evening, everybody, and welcome once again for the sixth round and penultimate round of the DIGITRAQZ F3 challenge. Today we are racing at Autodromo José Carlos Pace, or whatever how you say it. We also know it as Interlagos. So one more round to go after this one. Ronald, how are you doing?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jean. Nice to be here again. This time we are in Brazil, and you can definitely see that the weather is a lot better than here in Belgium. So the lucky drivers that are in Brazil at the moment can enjoy a nice sunny day, while here it is rain and even more rain. So let's enjoy the race in the sun. I
Yes,
haven't.
no rain expected in tonight's race.
No. Although that's
That's
something that's going to change probably somewhere in the future, as everything is as everybody is accustomed to the new weather system, because it's looking good, but there are still some points that need to be improved. I saw some videos about how the lights, when you're in the spray, you don't see any other car. They don't have rain lights on, so it's very hard to see where the car, how far away the car in front of you is actually. So that's still something that's leading to a lot of carnage. But yeah, great to see rain in iRacing.
absolutely. So we're still we're halfway into qualifying right now. They still have to post some times. Currently, it's Martin Dekes in pole position for gold class and Matthias Laurès in silver class. And while we're at it, maybe it's a good time to take a look at the championship standings.
Yes.
Let's start with silver. It's Matthias Laurès extending his lead in the previous round with 88 points for DigiTrax Sim Racing Team. Next up, Gilles Philipparts for Flemish Team Sport with 70 points. And the top three is topped off by Jonas Roels, KGL Sim Racing, 60 points. Followed by Sam Puttevils, Julien Agnesens, Kenny Liebert in 7th. Matthias Jacobs in 8th, Nestor de la Fuente in 8th, sorry. Matthias Jacobs was in 7th. Lorenz Vlieger in P9, Brent White in P10, and then we still have Jarno Loret, Brian Hall, and Flavio Romano to score some points to get up into that top 10.
Yeah, in gold we have Maarten Dekens, who is leading the championship at the moment, followed by Maxime Robroek. Not that far off, actually, only by 7 points. 3 is Alexis de Klerk, Brian Taletizzi in position 4, Hans Poelmans rounding out the top 5. And then in 6th place we have DIGITRAQZ, followed by Thomas Gallois 7th, Yannick Willems P8, Peter Goossens in 9th position, Simon Heck in 10. Simon is also new, so that's why he is a bit further down, I believe. He started last race.
Yeah, he scored his first points in
Yeah.
the last race indeed. So immediately into the top 10. Couldn't make it to today's race, unfortunately, so
Yeah.
he's absent.
Yeah, and then we have in 11th place Sergio Gonzalez and Tino Alvarez in P12, and then in P13 we have Nathan Lavagnini. I'm sorry,
Something like that.
Nathan or Nathan. But I don't think he's in the race at the moment, actually. So
Yeah,
we can't
doesn't seem
ask
to
him
be.
how to pronounce his name, unfortunately.
All right, still some people on track, but I think everyone posted the time except for Lorenz de Vlieger. He didn't put the time down. He tried, I think he drove one lap and then came back into pit lane. So it looks like it will be Maxime Robroek in pole position. That's going to be a good one for the championship since he is currently in 2nd place. Maxime Robok, the only one left on track, using all the time he can get. No, he's going to pit lane probably very soon.
Yeah.
We still have to wait for the official results.
Yeah, only if all drivers press the button to end the qualifying, then the session is going forward immediately, I believe. But I'm guessing not everybody will do that. Some will take their time to prepare themselves for the race. And
Yes, absolutely.
that leaves us a moment to enjoy the sunny Brazil. Have a look at the track.
Maybe we can talk about the next big thing coming up, because
Oh yeah.
DIGITRAQZ is hosting a second championship this year
Yeah.
with the MX-5. So that's a car you're pretty familiar with, right?
Yeah, that's a car that's suited to my senior reflexes, so you have a bit more time.
I'm looking forward to it. So the first race will be oncoming Wednesday, the 13th of March. It's a 9-round championship, still a few spots left. So if you want to join, feel free to get in touch with DigiTrax. You can sign up on the Discord channel. So 9 rounds, all rounds consist of 2 sprint races of I think 30 minutes.
Yeah, correct.
So I think that's going to be some very good racing and lots of exciting battles and overtakes.
Yeah, and if we have a look at the practice sessions we saw, then times are very close. So I think it's going to be a championship with a lot of close racing. So yeah, will be very nice to watch. Hopefully. So yeah, looking forward to that one, as well as we are now set to get all the cars on the grid here in Brazil. So we can check the results of the qualifying, maybe.
Yes, it's coming in. There it is.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick look at silver first. So 6 drivers are present today, and it's championship leader Matthias Larès in pole position, followed quite closely, 0.2 of a second, by Gilles Philippas for Flemish Sim Sports. Then it's the KGL Sim Racing trio, Kenny Liebert, Jonas Roels, and Matthias Jacobs, followed by Lorenz de Vlieger, that didn't put a time down. Okay, Ronald, let's go through the gold class.
Yeah, in gold we see Maxime Robroek take the pole before Alexis de Klerk, followed by Maarten Dekes, and then Brian Talatidze, Hans Poelmans, Pieter Goossens, and DIGITRAQZ as well. And then we have all, I believe, 13 cars that will join us. We are still waiting for Maarten Dekens to join us on the grid, and then it will be lights out very soon.
And the lights are on already. Everybody is on track. Maxime Robert taking the start, and the flags are waving.
Still.
Yeah, that was a very close call for the DigiTrax car. I think it's immediately Alexis de Klerk on the inside of Maxime Robert. Very good start of Alexis, followed by the other teammate, that's Brian Talatidze in P3. So Maxime Robert is definitely going to chase back again to get his position. And he's on the inside of the next corner. He has to go late on the brakes. Yep, he does. Strong move on the inside, but now again, Alexis de Klerk having a strong run.
I was just about to say he has to make sure that he doesn't go too wide, and now he has got the inside again. And then now we are going to a very tight corner slowly, and everybody is lining up. And I believe it was Maarten Dekes who had quite a poor start, actually.
Yes, I'm quite sure it was him. Okay, again Alexis de Klerk going on the inside, but he has the outside now, but he just needs to try to upset Maxime and then get him off the line.
Yeah, especially going into the last corner. This one, well, it's not the very last one, but it's a very important corner, this one, and he's already in front. But the slipstream is very strong now.
Yep, you see Alexis Leclerc going to the outside, trying to maximize line. He's fully besides Maxime. Maxime goes on the inside, and he goes first, of course. And then now it's Alexis Leclerc with a run once
Yeah, he's
again. Now
going
going on
to.
the inside.
It's
Alexis
gonna be
Leclerc on the
tight.
inside, but can he make it happen? It's gonna be very tight indeed. Oh, no, it's fine. It's not the. It's not like Monaco or something,
No.
but still, when you see two Formula cars going side by side, you hold your breath. And they switch positions once again in the standings. So Maxime Rourke taking pole position or keeping pole position. It's a very exciting battle. I think there's been lots of stuff happening in the whole pack probably, but this battle is one to watch for sure. Now it looks like Maxime Rourke made a bit of a gap. Ryan Toletizzi chasing his teammate down by 4/10. Also, Peter Gols is chasing Maarten Dekes, who had a very poor start. Maybe some sort of technical issue, or he wasn't ready yet. Who knows? Oh, that's Peter Gols is going
Peter
on the
Gosses.
inside of Maarten Dekes. Ooh, a little bit of a lockup in the left rear from Maarten Dekes.
Yeah, and I think also that because Martin wasn't quickly away, that Hans Poelmans had was a little bit maybe blocked by Martin, because I think Hans also dropped back a few positions. If I'm not mistaken, he was on P5, so and I think he was directly behind Martin, so that's why he's probably had to take evasive action at the start, and that has cost him some places.
Ooh, very late breaking
Yes.
from Lorenzo Vlier. Sorry for the interruption,
No,
but
no, no, no.
you're right indeed. I saw the timing. I saw it on the timing. He was gaining some time, but a little bit too much.
Yeah, and Gilles Philippaerts is leading the silver class at the moment.
Yes, indeed, he's right in between the two gold drivers, Goossens and Poelmans. Poelmans here on the outside chasing Philippaerts, two teammates, but they're not battling for points since they're in different classes. Matthias Laurez just got past Kenny Liebert, but Kenny Liebert is not giving in. He's on the inside, yeah, makes the move to get his position back in P9 or P2 in silver.
Oof.
What did I miss? I'm sorry, I was changing the positions in the timing so that it's positioning class, which is
Well,
a
it
little
looks
bit
like
easier.
Matthias is faster in this section, in the previous section, and then he was very close to Kenny Liebert. Oh, and Kenny makes a mistake.
Oh!
Is going wide.
It sounded like a tap to the wall.
Yeah, but it was just off track. I don't think he hit anything, but maybe his car
It did
scraped.
sound like it,
Yeah.
but we might have to take a look back at it.
Yeah, not sure what camera position is the best to have a look at some stuff.
I'm not sure if it didn't come into the timing, so I'm not
No.
sure if I can show it.
No. No, he kept the pace up, so iRacing is probably not really.
Let me try.
Yeah, I think it's just a car bottoming out, but it was just an off track.
Yes, indeed. The sounds were a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, but because he kept his speed up, then iRacing is not saying it's not showing up as a crash in the timing. It's only if the car slows down very fast in a short amount of time, then it's iRacing sees it as a crash, and that was not the case. It was just an off track probably.
Good for him. Let's hope everyone stays in the race. We're not that the grid isn't that full today. We've seen more drivers in the past, but unfortunately some of them couldn't make it. Oh, Lorenz Vlier gaining some time on Jacobs. Let's see if he can make a pass.
Yeah, it's the
Oh no, it's the other way around. It was Matthias Jacobs defending his position.
Yeah, the KGL train, 3 cars of KGL in front of the Vlieger, and then we have a DigiTraQ car.
Alexis de Klerk still less than a second away from Maxime Roberg, gaining some time in the process as well. Maxime Roberg now 8 tenths away. So this could be a battle. I'm pretty curious about the tire usage.
I haven't checked the track temp, but yeah, there you go.
It's 28 degrees, which isn't that hot, so
No.
we've seen worse.
Yeah, indeed. Although I do think that the pressure is a bit off. Looks like a big number to me.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. Now in real life, it's also an important because it's the track is located pretty high up, if I'm not mistaken. So there is definitely some difference in the amount of air that goes into the car, because I'm not sure if it's more compressed or less compressed, but it's on a higher altitude. So
I think it's less compressed.
Less, yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's sometimes harder to breathe, or you're tired easily in the mountains. Jonas Roel still lost the position to his teammate Kenny Liebert. Maybe that was team boss orders.
Yeah.
A nice pass.
It's the KGL train is chasing P3, so I mean they are. It's a fight within the team for P3 as well in silver class.
Absolutely, Matthias Laurez in P2, but Gilles Philippas made another position. He gained another position. He passed Pieter Golsens a while ago, I think. So he's in P5 overall right now. So that means that there's 3 gold drivers in between him and Matthias Laurez, which will make it very hard for Matthias to take the win today. So now is the time for Philipparts not to make any mistakes. He's had his portion of bad luck already, so yeah, in the beginning of the league. So let's hope he keeps it up right now. He's only 18 points behind Matthias Laurez, so if he takes the win today, that could be quite exciting, and also that would mean the finale would be deciding. The final round will, by the way, be at Spa-Francorchamps. which is going to be a very good track for the F3 cars. Lots of slipstream as well, so I'm expecting lots of overtakes, exciting battles, just like always. Oh, and there is De Klerk getting closer and closer to Maxime Robert, and it looks like he might have a run here on the start-finish straight. Still needs a little bit more slipstream, maybe some side draft. Less than a tenth away from each other, side by side almost. It's Maxime Robert in the inside. Of course, he's defending. Now it's all up to De Klerk to have a good exit line, go early on the gas, and maximize the straight line speed here. We've seen some moves from him before on this part. He's going to be on the outside once again.
Yeah, I saw it with an earlier move as well. It looks to me, if I have to guess, then I would think that Maximus is driving with a lower downforce actually. Because on the straight line, it's very hard for Alexi to even coming out of the slipstream. He's not gaining that much actually. I mean,
Yep.
he's closing in the slipstream, but once he gets out of the slipstream, then there's no. It looks to me like yeah, he's dragging a bit more, so maybe a higher ring setting. That will help him in the corners, of course, and also in the braking zones. But I think on the straights, he's maybe suffering a little bit.
Yes, indeed. So now they're once again on the start-finish straight, but there's 3 tenths between them. So now you really see De Klerk benefiting from the slipstream. With once he gets out, just like you say, he's not going to gain much more. So I think he just has to stay close for now, but really close. Enjoy the slipstream. Maybe use a little bit less fuel. Maybe Maxime makes a mistake.
Yeah. Again, he's trying. He's going out of the pit lane, but then Maxime also driving in a way that it's not easy to overtake. But we saw
Not
him
at all.
Oh yeah, no. But we saw him going wide again. I'm not sure where the off track is exactly in that corner, but I know it's a very tricky one. It's one to get quite fast, and in the double left-hander, it's easy to get an off track there, I believe. And that's something to keep in mind as well, because there are consequences if you hit a certain threshold of.
15 incident points. Yes, indeed.
So, not many places where you can get a slowdown, I believe, on this track, but definitely easy to pick up some off tracks. You can ride the curbs quite heavily, but in some places, but there is an edge, and then it will count as an off track. So, bit of a slide there. Which could confirm again maybe a lower downforce setting for Maxime.
Yes, indeed. A good run from De Klerk now. Slipstream once again,
This
but
could
on the inside this
be-
time, so that could be a move.
Oh, that has to be an off track again.
Yeah, that could be an off track indeed. I'm not sure about the track limits of Interlagos, but it definitely looked like it. So
Yeah, it was over the
15
curb.
incident point limit, so we might expect a couple of drive-through penalties. In the meanwhile, Hans Poelmans is also getting closer and closer to Peter Gols, really close even. So he's going to take up that fifth position with a little bit of a mistake there, I think. Lost 2, maybe 3 tenths in the process. Mark Deken is also really chasing down Talatidzi. That could be a battle in the next few laps as well. Maybe now even, because he's going to have a good run on the start-finish straight. He has a slipstream. Maybe he has a low downforce setting as well, just like Maxime Robroek. So that might mean that he can go for an overtake, but he is on the outside. So
Yeah.
He's going to put Talatisi off the line and try to have a maximum of a run.
Yeah, it's not easy to overtake, apparently. Once you come out of the slipstream, you're losing the advantage quite fast, so...
I'm curious about what would happen then at Spa-Francorchamps.
Good question.
Because that's also a pretty good slipstream track for these Formula cars.
Yep.
Lots of high-speed corners as well. I see that Nick asked you in chat if you're not practicing for MX5. Well, I guess the answer is pretty clear.
Yeah. Well, in my mind, I'm doing laps in Zolder at the moment, so...
I was looking at a second screen to read the chat, and suddenly Dekes is in front.
Oh, yeah.
How did we miss it? It's amazing how fast he did it.
Yeah.
Because suddenly he's gained like a 5/10 advantage. So let's have another look at the replay. Oh, very strong run on the outside. Maybe a little bit of a... Maybe the exit of Talatisi could have been better. So very clean overtake.
Yep.
No time lost whatsoever.
But fighting back.
That looked like a very close call indeed. Brian Talatisi
Yeah.
getting back his position. I didn't really know what to say. I was a little bit perplexed.
Yeah, it's at the same location where he lost the position. He's now taking back the position.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing mind games as well.
Yeah.
De Klerk still really close to Robroek. Close enough to get a slipstream advantage, so that's very good for him. I'm not sure about the dirty air, if he's going to use up his tires faster or opposite. But he's definitely going to consume less fuel, so that might mean that he could shorten his pit stop by a couple of tenths, and that could be enough to do an overtake.
I see. Yeah, that's a nice battle as well.
They've been passing each other for quite a while now, so that's another pass. Maarten Dijk is getting in front of Talatisi. De Klerk now really close as well, 2/10, 3/10 of a second. He's not giving up today. He's going to get those points. There's only 26 points separating the two of them. Robroek with 86 points, and I think De Klerk with 60 points. Yep, exactly. So maybe if Alexis gets lucky in the next round, they could threaten each other's position.
Yeah, and while we are watching this battle, apparently Lorenz Vlieger got into some issues. He also dropped back.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Could be a spin, maybe just a spin. Because he is still running, so just on the grass, nothing. Ooh, yeah, keeps it out of the wall, so that's why he lost some time.
Oh, and that's another pass. Dijk is getting past Talatisi once again.
Yeah, and looking by the smoke.
I'm sorry. We're not looking at Dijk. It's Robroek and De Klerk indeed.
It's the same combination.
It's the same livery, so yeah.
But it was there was a bit of a lockup involved, I believe. If I could see some smoke, so I think some really heavy braking going on there.
Yeah, let's have a look at the replay, because that's two position switches in a very short time. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
a very late lunge, but couldn't make it stick, unfortunately. That could have been a spectacular overtake, so I'm
Yeah,
expecting
or a crash. It could
one
have
or
been a
two
crash
extra
as well. Yeah.
interesting moves. Yep, good anticipation from Robrook,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, at a certain point you're behind yeah, you're doing laps behind the car, and then you feel you get closer, and then at a certain time you have to make a decision. You have to try, you have to go for it, but this was just a little bit too optimistic. But I can understand why at a certain time you say, okay, now I have to try something because I just stuck behind this one. Trying again.
Side by side, once
Yeah.
again, Maxime Robrook in front. De Klerk really pushing Robrook to his limits. We're at the 22-minute mark, so that's still, I think, a little bit less than an hour to go. So we've done 16 laps. That's 31 laps to go.
Yeah, Maxime is defending. He's trying to make Alexi go around the outside as much as possible. And that's, of course, always the more difficult move to make.
Hans Poelmans is still chasing Pieter Gosses. We saw him earlier in the race as well, getting pretty close. Followed by a very small mistake that cost him just a couple of tenths and hasn't made up the time yet, so...
Yeah, he did gain a position back because he's now in... Oh no, he's still in P7, sorry. It's he's got... Yeah, it's P6 in gold, but yeah, okay, now I see where I was wrong.
That's Kenny Liebert making the pass on, or trying to make the pass on DIGITRAQZ, a gold driver from Flemish Sin Sports.
And if I'm not mistaken, then... Yeah, it's the same again. Alexis de Klerk and Maxime Robrook also battling. Although... Yeah, no, okay. They have been side by side probably a few times, and that's why in the timing I saw some stuff. But that's probably because they were close to each other, next to each other. Yeah, if Alexi is not getting by on track, then maybe he needs to have a look at. I'm not sure where Lorenz Vlieger is the car that's in the last position at the moment. Not sure where he is on track at the moment. Because it could be a strategic.
He's still
call.
quite far. He's almost finished. He's like almost finishing the lap right now.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Alexi could go for an early pit stop, try to get some clean air, and then just drive qualification laps. Well, at the moment he's still attacking. But again, on the outside,
I think they really just enjoy this battle as well, just as much as we do.
As well.
On the outside again, he tries it a lot on the outside because Maxime really closes the inside every time and every time again. But once de Klerk can get into the inside, I think he will definitely make the move.
Yep. But it's an option he has. I mean, at the moment, I think he would have a clear track if he goes into pit as soon as possible. Try to do some fast laps and then hope to be in front once Maxime does a pit stop. Because if it's not, if you're not able to overtake on track and you see, okay, it's not working, because we have seen it a few times already, then you might look at other options and start being creative and think about other things you can do to get by.
Yes, indeed. A good gain by Hans Poelmans, gaining 2 tenths in the a couple of tenths in the previous lap. So he's getting closer and closer to Golsens, really into the slipstream window as well now. So
Yeah.
he's had enough time to learn the behavior of Golsens. So
Yeah, and it's a good thing to see that some other drivers aren't practicing with the MX-5 too, because some of the drivers we are looking at the moment are also participating in the MX-5 league that starts on Wednesday. So, not me.
yes, indeed.
I'm not the only one who's not practicing.
But you can still practice after this. They made a longer session for today since a couple drivers are driving both leagues. So
Okay.
you can still get some laps in after this.
I might try that as well. Yeah.
Let's see. It's a good slipstream. He could do a
Yeah.
late braking, but no, he stays patient. No, and he goes on the grass with his wheels.
He keeps it
He went
out.
2 wheels on the grass.
Oh.
And that's making him lose another position. Oh no, that's fine. It's Matthias Laurez, so he's in silver. So he didn't really lose a position, but he didn't gain any either. And it's going to be a lot harder to gain back that position because there's a gap of 3.5 seconds now.
Yeah, not sure what happened. Was just a lockup and he went just straight, or not sure? Or
No,
was it, he hit the grass?
Yeah, it looked to me like he
Yeah,
hit the
okay.
grass. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, okay. That's it.
Kenny Liebert is also in front of DIGITRAQZ, so that means that the KGL train is a bit split up at the moment.
Yep. That's a Flemish KGL sandwich.
Yeah.
Jonas Schools is getting close, though. Very late in the brakes. It looked to me closing the gap. So yeah, he could try to join Kenny Liebert in the KGL train once again, and then it's Matthias Jacobs that needs to follow as well, but he's a bit further away. Oh, on the inside, can he make a move? He was on the inside, a little bit hesitational, but he's still on the inside. Has a good run.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the outside now, so that's going to be very difficult. Oh, goes side by side still, so that's a pretty good one. And very
late on the brakes.
braking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not battling for points, but they can still enjoy it.
Yeah. But at this moment, I'm starting to wonder. The thing I said about the high downforce, low downforce, I think everybody is struggling once they get out of the slipstream. It seems that there's not enough push to really overtake, because we see the cars closing in quite fast in slipstream, but then once they try to get beside the car in front, and the speed looks to be gone. It's the the difference between the cars in speed-wise isn't that much actually. It's I saw like 150 and then 153 previously with Maxime Robruk and Alexis de Klerk. So the difference in speed is quite low actually. So I think everybody is a bit struggling. Once you get out of the slipstream, then it's very hard to really overtake the car in front.
Yeah, it's a difficult task today, I think. Everyone is driving a little bit for himself now. Maybe Matthias Jacobs, he's getting closer to Jonas Roels. So Jonas Roels, he lost out a little bit to Arts, the gold driver that's in between them.
Yeah, we're halfway, almost halfway through the race. Yeah, if I was de Klerk, I would say I would go for an early pit stop. He's now risking to lose the draft actually because he's like almost a second behind Robruk. While we see an attack by Matthias on DIGITRAQZ.
Yeah, Jonas Roels indeed. Jonas Roels making the
Oh,
pass.
sorry, very, yeah.
It's
Sorry.
difficult. Well, yeah, he gets it. No,
Yeah.
no, fine. Indeed. So that's next up in line is Matthias Jacobs, who will want to get back into the KGL train.
Yeah. I was, yeah, KGL, and then I was thinking, KGL train, and then I was thinking, okay, last train to Trans Central, and then we got the KLF. Yeah, so in my mind I was doing woo woo.
It's a Monday night.
Luckily I didn't do that on stream, so yeah.
You still can.
All aboard. Oh, Peter Gosses is going into pit lane, so that's the first car going into pit lane.
Yes, indeed. So Pullman's finally getting past Goossens. Will have clean air right now and has to do everything he can to gain some time and to take the position from Goossens.
So that means that the pit window is open, and now I'm wondering if de Klerk is thinking in the same way as I'm thinking, not about the KLF and the KGL train, but about doing an early pit stop.
So far, no one else in pit lane. Goossens got out already. Let's see. Let's have a look at the pit stop times.
27.6.
27.7.
7.5 in the box. So yeah, well, that's a benchmark we have at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure if those are correct.
Oh, I see a crash.
Yeah, I see a crash coming in. Let's have a look.
Is it going to be on the same location as we saw earlier on in the grass?
Oh.
Yeah, same mistake as De Vlieger made, also keeping it out of the wall. At the same location, I believe.
Yeah, close call with Matthias Jacobs though.
Yeah. Yeah, and Maxime Robruk doing the fastest lap of the race just at the moment, just now. That was the phrase I was looking for.
Yes, 1 minute 28 flat.
Yeah.
Fastest time so far. top 5 is driving 128s, and then there's some 129s. So times are still pretty close to each other. I'm curious about what Peter Gros will do. He probably took tires. I'm not sure. These cars, they refill and change tires at the same time, but it does take a little bit longer when you change tires.
Yeah.
It might be worth it. We've seen some shenanigans in the first round at Imola, so I think since then a couple drivers do tend to switch tires.
And now it is a tie. Alexis de Klerk doing 128 flat.
Yes, indeed. It's exact same lap time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they give out 2 points. I don't think they give out points in this league
not
for
sure.
fastest time. Let me check. Oh yeah, fastest lap is 1 point. So in each class, so they do get a point if they have the fastest time. I'm not sure because now they really have the exact same lap time onto the 100th of a second. Maybe they also measured the thousands. I think they do, but
Yeah.
it's not visible in
No.
SDK. So de Klerk also on fire right now. The leader in silver class, Philippas, with a very strong pace as well, managed to make a gap of 10 seconds and a half to his rival Laures, currently in the championship lead, but it's pretty close. Let me have a look at the exact standings. There's 18 points difference, so the battle is still on.
Yeah, Lores, position-wise, he got closer to Philippaerts, but time-wise, he lost about 3 seconds actually. The gap was not that long ago, was about 7 seconds, I believe, and now it's 10 seconds. So he's not really getting closer to Philippaerts.
Yeah, indeed.
As we see Matthias Jacobs going into pit lane at the moment. And a
Oof.
lockup. Oopsie daisy.
Oh! I think he's watching the broadcast.
Yeah. Or maybe he's not in the MX5 league, I believe. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe he was doing laps in Zolder in his mind as well. I'm not quite sure, actually, if Lawrence... We should ask Nick if Lawrence is also in the MX5 class.
Well, I think Nick's listening, so
Yeah.
he can tell us. Matthias Jacobs out of pit lane as well.
Yeah, I'm
With a
gonna
pretty
check his time. That's...
good sub
yeah.
time, 26.9, so that's 8 tenths faster than Golson's.
Yep.
They don't battle between them, but it's still interesting to keep an eye on it.
And it looks like the Klerk is getting closer to Maxime Robrook again. The gap is now
Yeah, I
about...
thought for a second he was out of the slipstream window because the gap was nearly 1 second the
Yep.
last time they passed the finish line. But yeah, right now he's definitely in it.
The question, Nick, was if Lorenz Vlieger is also driving the MX5 championship.
And also, why were you not listening?
Yeah.
Next one in pit lane,
Is Lorenz
Lorenz
Vlieger.
So that means Matthias Jacobs gets back a position in P5 right now, virtually though, because once the other do their pit stops, maybe something changes. Oh, when you go to the live timing link, you can see the fastest lap times onto the
Yeah.
with 1,000 precision, and Maxim's lap time was really 1 minute 28 flat, and Alexis de Klerk was 2 thousandths faster, so he'll get the point.
Okay. And apparently Lawrence is indeed driving the MX5 championship, as well as we see the leader in silver going into pit lane, and that means that we at the moment have another leader in silver class, and that's Matthias Loreis.
Yes, indeed, championship leader in the lead right now, but bound to make a pit stop in the next few laps. We're at lap 29 right now out of 47, 18 laps to go. They still have to refuel and maybe change tires. Gilles Philippas out of pit lane and right in front of Jonas Roels. Jonas Roels on an empty tank of fuel, so he might be a little bit faster. If Philippas change tires, they might be cold as well, so that's something to watch out for as well. Both leaders, the leader and the second position, go into pit lane, and P3 Martin Dix as well, and
MP4.
Salatisi. Wow, this is pretty exciting in pit lane. So Maxime Robroek is at the front of the pit lane, Alexis de Klerk in second, Dekens in third, and they are out, and positions stay unchanged, but Alexis de Klerk is really close this time.
Yeah.
His pit stop was almost 4 tenths faster, so that's a pretty good one.
Attacking immediately again on the outside.
These battles are crazy tonight.
Yes.
The grid is small, but the battles are huge.
Yes, indeed. And now we saw the... Oh, that's an attack. Yep. He's on the inside. But on the outside again in this corner. Not able to stay close, to stay next to Maxime. Oof.
Yeah, on the inside. Oof. Side by side, no touches whatsoever. A little bit of a wiggle in the tail of Robroek, de Klerk back in P2. I thought he was gonna make it for a second, but he's definitely showing himself right now. Tonight's, I feel like tonight's gonna be his race. He really wants to make it happen, getting the win in this championship and but in this.
He had to go through the dirty part of the track as well on the inside. You could see that he was kicking up a little bit of dust, so that is not a good thing to have on the tires, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. But Robroek is proving himself as well.
He's on the inside now this time.
Yeah, he's on the inside, so de Klerk has a pretty good run. He's side by side, but not gaining much. Yeah, this didn't look like an off track this time, so that looked way better. We don't know for sure how many incident points they have, so that might be a surprise to come later on in the race. Robroek on the inside, in front of de Klerk. De Klerk really showing himself everywhere he can. Robroek doesn't have time to look in his mirrors though, because he's all about defending his position.
Yeah, de Klerk going for an alternative line a little bit. Closing in the braking zone. Yeah, this could be a good opportunity to attack, because he's really close now. He has to stay in the slipstream as long as possible, I think, and then he has to make a choice. Yeah, he's going for the inside.
Oh, he's going on the inside. Yeah, we were expecting it. Normally, Maxime Robroek would really defend it, but he has a really good run.
Yeah.
And that's de Klerk in P1. Just like I said it in the previous lap, he really, really wants that win tonight, I think. But he has 15 laps to go to defend his
Yeah.
position, so this battle is definitely not over. But he had a good run in the first sector, 5/10 quicker than Robrook.
Yeah, now he needs to try to pull away. By the way, while we were watching the pit stops, when we saw the top four coming into pit lane, I was thinking about my first ever pit stop in a race on this track. And it was a disaster.
Was it?
Yes.
What happened?
Well, it was in the World GT stuff, and large grid, about I think more than 50 cars. So I had the last pit box, and if you get into pit lane, then immediately after the cone, there's your.
Oh yeah,
I just didn't expect. Just drove by it. Just yeah.
that's painful.
Yes, indeed.
I think we've all been there. Just like even in endurance races, like missing the pit stop,
Yeah.
backing up in the pit lane
Yeah.
just to get back into position, or just overshooting
Yeah.
the stop.
But
It's
you're
horrible.
just not used to it. That just right after the cone, there's immediately the first pit box. Yeah, maybe on an oval track, that's a possibility as well. But
Yep.
on a normal track, you often have a little bit of road to cover before you hit your pit box. But then on this track, it's just immediately after the cone, and then yeah, it was a disaster. So I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Yeah.
have practiced the pit stop
No,
a
no,
bit more.
no shame in that, Ronald. We've all been there. I feel you.
But Alexis de Klerk doing a great job. He's pulling
Yeah,
away.
absolutely. Nine tenths away.
Yeah.
So if he manages to pull away to leave Robrook out of the slipstream window, then yeah.
Yeah, just keeping it about like this. I mean, I think Robert can come back to like maybe 4/10, 5/10, but then that's not enough to do an overtake. We can have a look now. It's not really gaining anything. So yeah, this is the gap that de Klerk needs to manage. Because it looks to me that Robrook is already out of the slipstream.
Yeah, he might be indeed. He didn't really gain anything on
No.
the start-finish straight. In the meanwhile, I was reading the YouTube chat, and I read Nick's comments, and I think I learned two things. And it's that yes, Lorenzo is driving the MX-5, and
Yes.
Nick listens to his wife.
Yes, apparently.
Amazing. She might be listening, huh?
Yeah.
Yep, the gap has been.
It was above a second, but
it was above a second, but indeed it just
Yeah.
dropped back down.
But I think
But
if he can keep it like this, then Robrook is not really gaining on the straight. So this is indeed the gap he needs to manage. As Jonas Rules is now close to Lorenzo Vlieger.
Yeah, it was really close, but I think he lifted a little bit earlier, or got earlier on the brakes, because I thought he was gonna stay closer.
And now, yeah, Robrook with another fastest lap time, 1:27.89 at the moment.
Nick, I don't have a choice either.
Nobody has.
I try though. I'm not always the best. Let's see if Rules can gain something. Yeah, gaining half a second, maybe a full second. Yes, he does. So he's gaining even more. He's gaining a lot. He might be going for a move on the
Yeah.
inside. Yes, he is going for it. They're side by side. Oof, a little bit happy on the tail. Yeah, and he makes the move. So Jonas Rules back in P5 in Silver Class, getting past the Eagle Speed Academy from Lorenz de Vlieger.
While Maxime Robroek is getting closer to de Klerk again.
Yeah, he's in the slipstream window once again. So the battle continues. 11 laps to go.
Yeah, both are now doing lap times below 128. So they are still going at it, not giving in just yet. And we have about 11 laps to go.
Gilles Philippard is having a pretty comfortable lead now. He's managed to expand the gap to 12 seconds and a half.
Yep.
So very
And
solid drive from him once again.
De Vlieger is de Vlieger is
The
fighting
flyer.
back. The flyer is again in front of Rules. Rules is going
Yeah,
back.
Rules is coming back maybe.
Nope.
And that's a pass. Might have been the consequence of an off track. I think I saw an off track from Rules going in.
Correct.
So let's have a look at the replay.
It's going wide here
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's right at the final corner before the straight run.
Yeah.
So that's a corner you really can't mess up because
Nope.
it will make you lose a lot of time and probably a position just like we saw here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Maxime Robroek is getting closer to de Klerk again. It's now below half a second.
Almost 3/10, yeah. This, if he keeps this gap onto the start-finish straight, that might be another overtake possibly.
Yeah, and as we saw with when Alexi overtook Maxime, you have to be very close. Your nose has to be underneath the back spoiler of the car in front, coming out of the let's say second to last corner. And then you have an opportunity.
I think that's this one, so
yeah, but it's not
he's
close
4
enough.
tenths away. It's a bit big, yeah.
Yeah.
He might be able to force de Klerk off his line, but it's still quite a while to go. 3/10 now, so I don't think he's gaining enough time.
No, Alexis de Klerk doesn't have to defend either. Actually, he could stay on the outside, not even have to defend on the inside or something. I think coming onto the straight, if he checks his delta and he sees that the gap is about 4 to 5, 0.4 or 0.5, then he knows he has got enough of a gap between him and Maxime, so doesn't have to really be worried.
Just now, Gilles Philippard improved his fastest lap time once again, so he's going to score an extra point for fastest lap time in Silver Class if he keeps it going like this. And that's going to be pretty good for his championship score because he really wants to beat Matthias Laurès to take the championship win in the ultimate round at Spa-Francorchamps at the end of this month. I think it's the 25th of March.
Yeah. Yes, as you can see, it's now 0.6, so Alexis de Klerk doesn't even have to worry about Maxime making a move on him.
Yeah, with that gap, nothing's ever going to happen indeed.
He's even gaining a little bit again. Yeah, I think we don't have data, of course. But I have the gut feeling that Maxime is also... I'm not saying he's close to the maximum amount of incidents, but I think he has more incident points than Alexis de Klerk, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been pushing all race as well, so.
Yeah, and he had to go wide in that double left-hander a few times.
And something else, he took the fastest lap again. So
Oh,
he has the
yes.
fastest lap now with a 1 minute 27.8.
Yeah.
So yeah, these guys are really pushing themselves, which can be very costly on the tires as well, and sometimes on incident points.
Oh, and we lost rules. Did something happen? I
Not
just see a
There
few
were-
times they were swapping positions. If I check the timing, but then no crash, nothing. So that maybe a disconnection.
Yeah, that's a possibility. That's
Yeah.
one of the biggest mechanical issues simulated in sim racing.
Yeah. And the gap is now again bigger than 1 second. So indeed, this is the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yes, Matthias Jacobs chasing his team patron, Kenny Liebert, from KGL Creation Lab. Kenny in P3, so Jacobs would really want that to take that position to get onto the podium.
Yeah, and Kenny was using the track completely and even a little bit more.
We haven't seen any drive-throughs though.
No.
And maybe that's why Rules disconnected or something. Maybe he got a drive-through and didn't really feel like taking it. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But that would be a pretty bad decision because you
Yeah.
still get the points
Yep.
in P6. Let me check where he is in the championship standings. Yeah, he's in a solid P3 with 60 points. So I think it's a bit weird him just giving up. That must have been a disconnection or something.
I'm afraid so.
Kenny Liebert is in P6 in silver class, but he's going to move up easily 2 positions to P4 because Sam Puttevils and Julien Agnesens are absent tonight, so they were only 1 point separated. Kenny 41, Agnesens 42, and Puttevils 43, so
Yeah.
a good gain for Liebert tonight.
Yeah, and Agnesens is also driving for KGL, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is. Oh yeah, I just saw it in the Discord. Jonas Huls's game crashed, so that's a pretty big F.
Oh yeah, now I see in the timing also he jumped to pits. So yeah, he lost the connection completely, and he's getting back in. He could, actually he could just get on track again, do his laps,
Yeah,
and get the points. So
Yeah, indeed. That would be the smartest option to
Yeah.
preserve his position in the championship, because finishing a championship in P3 is a pretty nice thing to do.
Yes, indeed. I do hope his team manager is informing him about the situation and kicking his ass back
I
into
don't
the
think
car.
I don't think Kenny has time for that. He's going to try to defend and
Yeah.
be the first one of KGL to cross that finish line in 5 laps.
Yeah, looks like a KGL battle at the moment.
Yes, indeed. I'm not sure what the team boss would think about that.
Well, maybe it's like in real life. As a boss, you don't want a full, how should I say, a full staff of yay sayers. You have to have some people that fight back a little bit, push back a little bit sometimes. So, and I guess Kenny is also thinking like that. So you have to have people that are pushing back, because that can help to improve yourself as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was unintentional.
Yeah,
I just
yes.
wanted to see how Hans was doing, but he wasn't doing that that good. I think.
Yeah.
I don't see anything coming up in the timing, so that's a pretty lucky move from my end.
Well, yesterday
Um,
he proved he could. Okay, yeah, Jonas is getting back. I was just about to say. I hear the warning sound of somebody driving in pit lane. So I was thinking about Jonas getting the car back on track, and just at that time we saw uh, Hans having a moment. But he proved yesterday in the MX-5 that he can drift a car as well. So
yeah, he was pretty good at it, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah, indeed.
Probably better than Wednesday, because on the test session on Wednesday it was pretty horrible to drive.
Yeah, it was
I tried
impossible.
to spectate and it was
Yeah,
impossible.
yeah. But it looks like iRacing has fixed everything now, so also this session is running as it should.
Yes, indeed. 3 more laps to go.
Yes.
So in just under 5 minutes, everyone should cross the finish line for the last time in this round at Interlagos.
Yeah. Brian Toletizzi went off track.
Did he?
According to the timing, he did. I don't think he lost much time, so it could be just an...
I think my timing is broken then.
Oh.
Maxime flying once again to try and get back into that slipstream window. It's really now. Now is the time to start making moves. So 2 laps to go now. Just under 0.8 of a second. We haven't had any onboards tonight. Maybe we should change to an onboard to try and get a feeling of the track in the third last lap.
Yeah.
It does look like the clear is close, but it's still too far away
Yeah.
to make a move.
And this is one of the... This is just an awful corner. It's the one I struggle with the most, actually. And
Yeah,
it's important because it's building up to this point.
Yeah, it's super tricky. It's building up indeed, and you really carry the speed
Yeah.
all the way to the first corner. The gap is still 8 tenths.
Yeah,
So we're
nothing.
going to get into lap 46 right now. So that means still 2 laps to go. I was a little bit wrong with my call earlier. So this is lap 46, then we have lap 47, and then there is the checkered flags. So 2 more chances for Robroek, but also for Jacobs, who's with a little bit of a
Lockup.
lockup, who's getting closer and closer to Liebert, but still too far away. He's 5 tenths away. So he will have a good slipstream now at the start finish. But looks like a better exit for Liebert than for Jacobs, which is not going to play in his advantage.
Yeah, close but no cigar. Is that the way they say it?
Yeah, probably. Not sure who you mean by they. Oh, and another
Another
inside
lock.
lockup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky corner. You go super fast into it, especially when you have slipstream.
Yeah, and it's going already a little bit downhill when you're still in the braking zone, actually. If I is it?
Yeah,
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 yeah. At
indeed,
the
indeed.
turning in point, it's all. Yeah, it's already not much, but still.
And there go the leader in second
Yeah,
place. White
white
flag
flag.
is shown. 9 tenths is a gap now, so it's going to be very hard for Robroek. He was really flying throughout this whole race, but now is the time to really prove yourself. It's been an exhausting 1 hour and 8 minutes so far yet for him. He's been in the lead for a very, very big part of the race. Started in pole position as well. So right now is the time to prove yourself, Maxim. 1 second is a gap. Nothing is impossible, but he will really have to go for it. And Alexis de Klerk will probably have to make a mistake, but we haven't seen him make any mistakes really. So he was on a very solid drive tonight, putting pressure all night on Robroek.
I was just about to say, don't say stuff like that, because you might jinx it.
No. It's in their hands. I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
holding the
yeah.
steering
No,
wheel.
no, no. Unfortunately, I think we lost Jonas again, so probably another crash of his system.
That's horrible. Yeah, you really have to finish the race to get the points, I think.
Yeah, and somebody who is about to finish the race and get a lot of
Oh,
points.
I'm mistaken once again. You have to do 50% of laps. But
Yeah,
we are going to cross the finish line. It's
yeah,
going to be de Klerk taking the win tonight at Interlagos. Second position for pole position, Maxime Robroek. There is his teammate from Flemish Spin Sports, Martin Dekens, crossing the finish line, followed by a Brian Talatisi starting in P4, finishing in P4. A solid
yeah.
drive. Gilles Philippas taking the win in silver class. Another solid drive from him as well. And then there is Matthias Laures approaching the finish line.
Yeah, and I think I know why you said whoa, but that's maybe something we can have a look at when
Yes,
everybody
it's
has finished.
Golsons and Pullmans
Yeah,
crossing the finish line. There is the first of many KGLs. Kenny Liebert, team boss, taking the win. I'm sorry, not the win, the KGL win, but
yeah,
P3, so podium position for them. DIGITRAQZ in P7 in gold class, going over the finish line, followed by the second KGL, Matthias Jacobs. And there is the Eagle Speed Academy, Lorenz de Vlieger. Unfortunately, we can't see Jonas Roels crossing the finish line because he is out of the race.
yeah.
All right, Ronald, go for it.
So the results in gold class, we have Alexis de Klerk taking a win, probably being very happy and it's a nice race, a nice win. Great battle with second place Maxime Robroek, and then in third place we have Maarten Dekens, who had a very poor start, but climbed his way, climbed back up to P3, so on the podium still. P4 Brian Talatidzi, P5 Pieter Goossens, also a solid race by him. P6 Hans Poelmans, and in P7 in gold class it is DIGITRAQZ.
All right, and in silver class, Gilles Philippaerts taking the win tonight, followed by championship leader Matthias Laurès. Kenny Liebert in P3 for KGL Sim Racing, followed by his teammate Matthias Jacobs, Loris de Vlieger in 5, and Jonas Roels, unfortunately not making it to the finish line, but he is going to score some points though, since you have to do more than 50% of laps in order to score points. Wow, what a race! I must say, I was a little bit anxious in the beginning because we only had like
13 cars,
13 cars, but they really showed themselves worthy tonight. Lots of very strong battles, a good slipstream effect as well. So I think that's going to be similar at Spa-Francorchamps, and it will definitely bring us some delightful battles.
Yeah. And indeed, I enjoyed this one very much. And maybe it's a good time to have a chat with the winner,
Yes.
Alexis de Klerk. So, good evening, Alexis, and congratulations with your victory. Great race.
Thank you. Good evening.
Great race to watch. Exciting battle. So I think you must be thrilled you could take the win in this race.
Yeah, I hoped I could win one, at least one, and it's done now.
Yeah.
I'm super happy. The guys were quick.
Yeah.
And like always, they're always quick. But I'm quite surprised I can take him of them tonight. But yeah, very happy.
I must say, Alexei, it was an amazing race to watch. You put pressure on Maxime throughout the whole first half of the race, and then really starting to make some moves on him. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah. I thought in the first stint I couldn't get him when I was back at 1 second, but then the tires went boom, and I catch him, and the pit stop was really good.
Yeah.
Well, all good. Great evening.
Yeah. The thing I noticed the most was when you were in the slipstream, you could get very close, but then once you get next to the car, then it looks like the speed difference wasn't that much, and it was always just not enough to overtake. At least in the first half of the race, actually. Did it felt like that as well for you? That once you get out of the slipstream, it was very hard to overtake somebody.
Yeah. You could notice it on the wheel when you go next to him.
Yeah.
You take the wall of hair of clean hair, and you're quite. It's like you're braking a little.
Yeah.
And he defended well.
Yeah.
So it was not a matter of a slipstream or whatever.
No.
He just defended right in the right place and in the right moment. It was very hard to pass him in the first stint. I'm glad I made a good speed stop, and that I think that's the thing that gave me the win. The pit stop. He told me in the cool room that he had some connection issue too. I think it's gonna be a point in the race too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
anyway,
definitely. It was a nice race.
He raced well.
Yeah.
He
Deserved win for you as well. It was a nice overtake actually also on track. So great race. Congratulations. And
thank you.
Yeah. Are there any people you would like to thank?
Paul Jouffreau, who helped me a lot preparing this week. Gave me tips in the setups to be competitive. I was eager to win at least one, so I'm very happy that he helped me.
Advice.
And Benjamin Barato in the Unity team. They were great help for me,
Yeah.
and I hope it was a good fun tonight on the stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
I'm
it
quite
was,
sure it
absolutely.
was. We enjoyed it, so I guess everybody who was watching has enjoyed that race. So thank you, Alexi, and I guess we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Okay, have a
Alexi.
good evening.
You too.
And now we can have a chat with the other half of the battle.
Hey, Maxime.
Hey,
Hey.
Maxime.
Ja, wel Jan. Dat was een spannende battle, zeg.
Ja, het was een beetje dubbel, eerlijk gezegd. Want ik had heel veel problemen met mijn connectie.
Ja.
En ik had constant lekmomenten. Ik heb zelfs tijdens de race mijn gsm moeten uithalen. Om te bellen met mijn vriendin. Het geen zever om te laten weten, want ik ga nu van die wifi.
Stop Netflix!
Ja, maar het was echt wel ik moest ook mijn handschoenen uitdoen, want dat ging niet.
Nee.
Dus dat tegen een lukken, dus ik echt zitten zweten.
Ja.
Maar het is uiteindelijk niet echt veel geholpen, want iedere ronde had ik wel ergens een lekmomentje en dat zal wat te maken
dat is
hebben
wel...
met
Ja,
13.
ja, dat geeft geen
Het was,
vertrouwen. Hè.
het was alleszins wel de moeite waard om naar te kijken. Hè? Want de eerste stint in de race, je werd constant onder druk gezet door de klerk. En het was niet makkelijk, hè? Want je hebt daarna in elke box moeten verdedigen, altijd aan de binnenkant gaan hangen. Dus het was een moeite waard om naar te kijken, moet ik zeggen. Ik denk dat de kijkers thuis het ook wel
Ja, op dat
spannend
zich
vonden.
was het inderdaad wel een leuke race en ook wel fair. Dus dat vind ik ook wel leuk. Maar ja, ik moest gewoon die seconde behouden
Ja.
van de klerk. Want de slipstream was al gigantisch op dit circuit.
Ja.
Maar ja, ik zat dan op een bepaald moment boven de 1 seconde en ik dacht van oké, nu ben ik vertrokken. Maar dan die lekmomenten kwamen ook af en toe eens opstoten. En schat, ik ben blij met mijn tweede plaats, het was een leuke race. En ik heb weer wat puntjes ingelopen op Maarten, denk ik. Dus,
Ja, die is nog kunnen terugvechten tot de derde positie. Maar ja, in ieder geval van die legmomenten, wij hebben daar geen last van gehad. We hebben constant een knappe race gezien. Dus als dat een troost mag zijn, we hebben enorm genoten van de strijd tussen jullie twee.
ja, het was sowieso tof.
Het was een mooie battle om te zien, absoluut.
Leuk.
Dat wordt spannend toch in Spa, denk ik.
Ja, ik denk...
Alles is nog, er lijkt me nog van alles mogelijk in de standings. Hè. Want je hebt nu weer mooie punten gepakt tegenover Maarten Dekens. Het verschil was 7 punten. Ik weet
En
niet
nu-
hoeveel punten nu het verschil is
Ik heb net
exact.
eens gekeken en ik denk dat ik normaal 4 punten moet inlopen met mijn snelste ronde.
Snelste ronde ook, hè? Ja, klopt.
Dus het komt
En
op
de
3 punten.
Paul,
Dus
krijg je daar ook punten
Ja.
voor?
denk ik
Nee,
niet.
vast
oké.
ronde.
Ja.
En dan ben je 3. Dus je hebt 4 punten gewonnen op
Ja.
Dekens. Dus nog 3 punten te gaan. Dus eigenlijk zal alles nog
Alles.
beslist moeten worden in de volgende ronde.
Exact.
Ja, ik denk dan gewoon dat ik gewoon voor Maarten moet eindigen in gelijk welke positie. Dat dan gewoon genoeg is om te winnen.
Het zal spannend worden.
Als het in de top 3 is, zal dat inderdaad voldoende zijn.
Ja.
Anders, nee.
Klopt.
Dus
ja.
we zullen zien. Alles kan
of
nog.
de snelste ronde ook nog. En dan laten we het over aan Nick om te beslissen wie dat
Begin maar
gewonnen
alvast.
heeft.
Begin maar alvest voor te bereiden
Ja.
en een upgrade te doen van het wifi-netwerk.
Ja. Of een Bluetooth-module in de F3 steken, zodanig dat je kunt bellen zonder dat je je handen moet gebruiken.
Ik kan me van eens kennen hier PC kopen dan.
Goed. Merci,
Goed,
Maxime, om
merci,
erbij te
Gus.
zijn. Merci voor de mooie race en tot volgende keer.
Yes.
Oké. Dan kunnen we misschien ook in trein... wacht, want ik moet altijd goed kijken. Wacht, we hebben Kenny Liebert en Matthias Lorijs.
Yes.
Dat is niet volledig... Nee, dat is Matthias Jacobs, dat ook KGL is. Hè? Dus we gaan Kenny er even bij pakken. Good evening, Kenny. Of goedenavond, Kenny.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we were talking about the KGL train. At a certain point, there were 3 KGL cars. Driving in a nice train. So, tell us about your race. P3. So, congratulations with the podium as well. And yeah, I think the most of the battling was an inter-team battle actually.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say it. For me, it's the first podium, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then, like you said, yeah, in the beginning of the race, it was with rules that I had the longest battle, and then it was a more quiet middle stint, let's say, or the middle part of the race was a bit
Yep.
more quiet, and then in the end, it came down to the last laps with my other teammates. So yeah, it was fun. It was really
Yeah.
fun. So, second stint was a bit harder for me to get back into the rhythm, and that's why he could come closer. And then, yeah, luckily I could keep in front and secure the podium today.
Yeah, and I think
What-
in the end he made a mistake as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think in the last lap or something, I think he.
That
Yeah.
that
he
must
spun.
have been orders from the team boss, right?
No, but it was the moment where I could start breathing again when I saw it.
Yeah.
But luckily the gap was big enough behind him, so
Yeah,
I
and
didn't lose
he
position anymore.
still kept his position.
Yeah.
Indeed, such a shame about Jonas Huls's disconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah. His game crashed, and then he
Yep.
had an issue in the pit stop, and then and then it was basically race over for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, bad luck.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But we can already congratulate you on gaining a couple of position in the driver standings in the championship.
All right.
Wills and Agnesis were absent, so that's
Yep.
you into P4 probably.
Yeah, on the team. Julian
that's
is
pretty good
currently
game.
in Bolivia, so
Oh.
I don't know if he was watching, but he's on the other side of the world right now.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't,
good
Alright, now-
excuse, I would say.
yeah.
Do not be here today.
Yeah, I don't know the standings by at the top of my head, but yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities in the championship as
Last race,
well.
yeah.
Actually, for the last races, is going
Yeah.
to be important. Also in
I
silver.
think so. Yeah.
At
And he
least,
will
I
have
think, yeah, for P3 it's going to be. It could be very important. The race in Spa.
I have no idea. I have to check how
Yeah.
the standings are now. I know it was close for P4 last time, but I don't know how things changed now with this race, so I will have to check.
Yeah, we all have to
Yes.
check probably.
Yeah.
Only 2 more weeks to go until the last round, so
Yeah.
now it's probably time to start prepping already for the final round.
Exactly.
You'll have to
Luckily,
keep
it's,
that fourth position in the championship, right?
Luckily, it's a familiar circuit, so
Yeah.
hopefully that's the case for everyone. So I think
Yeah.
the battles will be fierce in the last one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good luck to
Alright.
you with the preparations, and we will see you in the last round.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
and
Cheers.
congratulations with the podium again, and have a good evening.
Okay, same to you. Bye.
Thanks.
Now let's have a final chat, and that one is with Matthias Loreis. Good evening, Matthias.
Hey guys.
Congratulations on the second position.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sound pretty. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, it was. I think maybe it's better you ask the questions, Jean, because I think you know the standings a bit better than me at the moment. So, because I think this is also a very important battle as well between P1 and P2 in silver.
Yes, indeed. So you have Matthias in P1 with 88 points and Philippas in P2 with 70 points. So he's taking the win. So he's closing the gap a little bit, but Matthias will still have a quite strong lead.
Yeah, indeed.
But anything can happen, in the
anything can
final
happen,
round.
especially in Spa. But yeah, great race again, Matthias. Congratulations with the P2. Yeah, tell us about your race, because I think you didn't have to battle that hard. Actually, not in class at least. You had some fights with people from the gold class. But yeah, Jill got away quite early and was gone for the rest of the race.
Yeah, on the grid there was the 4 lights and then they went off, and then the guy before me, I think it was Martin, was just standing still there, so I had some wheel spin and I was struggling a lot to stay on track and not spin around. So yeah, I had to start almost at the back of the grid. So I'm very happy that I am P2 at least today.
Yeah, indeed, it was a difficult start, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, indeed it was Maarten Dekens, and then every car behind him had some issues. I think some other Flemish car, I thought it was Hans Poelmans, also had some issues getting away because of Maarten was blocking the way. So it was a race and a climb back into the top, but you did very well. So solid points, and I still think you still have enjoyed the race, probably.
Yeah, of course. I had some battles on the way to my P2 in silver, but yeah, of course, the only one in silver in front of me was Kenny, I think. But,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Correct.
So yeah, it was the only one that I had to overtook at the race. So for me, that was quite comfortable. But I had also a lot of fun with the other guys. So there were a lot of things going on, and I hoped to close a gap on Gilles, but GG on Gilles. He has a very strong pace also today, so I can learn a lot from him. But I had not the opportunity today to race against him, so I qualified before him, so I was very happy. So I was hoping for a great battle today, but unfortunately the start didn't go as I planned.
Yeah, well, we are already looking forward to Spa, so I guess you guys can have a battle at Spa. You're still leading the championship, and if you can stay close to Gilles, then the championship is probably in the bag. But it's going to be a fight for the honor at Spa.
Yeah,
winning the last race of the season. That's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal, of course.
Yeah.
So for the first F3 challenge, it was a lot of fun, of course. I enjoyed it a lot, and now want to finish it off. Let's see how far we can get, and that's one.
All right. Thank you for joining, Maxime. Are there any people you would like to thank?
Matthias.
Oh, my God.
No problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
yeah, at home, the people that supported me a lot here at home, also at my aunt who's watching, I think.
Hi, aunt.
I said to her that I want to win the race for her, but P2 today. I'll try the next week.
All right.
You'll have to do better next time.
Yeah,
She's not going to be happy.
There are way too many people with a name that starts with an M in this league. We have Maxime, Maarten, Matthias, two Matthias. So yeah, I'm sorry about the mistake. All right. Congratulations, Matthias. Have a good evening, and we will see you at Spa.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, and then let's have a chat with Gilles to round stuff off. So, good evening, Gilles.
Good evening.
Yeah, you won, so congratulations. But I think it was actually an easy win. Actually, you got away at the start good, and then there was no threat from anybody else in silver class. And
don't minimalize it. He got the win with a very strong pace.
Congratulations. But I mean,
you're not making any friends, Ronald.
No, I'm just being realistic. But let me finish. We saw Matthias coming back because position-wise he got into P2. But if we check the times, you were still, of course, because he had to overtake. But you were gaining time as well. We saw the lead building up. So it's not that you were like cruising along. That's not something I would like to say. But it's just there was nobody was catching up, and you just drove a solid race. Yeah, congratulations. Tell us about it, how you experienced it.
I think I need to thank my teammates for not starting properly. But we were all chatting in the Discord chat, and I think when everybody loads in, the timer goes to 0 instantly.
Yeah.
So I think some got off guard.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit lucky with that.
Yeah.
And then I practice a lot on pace, so my pace was in the practice also in the 0.4. So I think I was thinking I'm gonna keep this pace, and then I think I'm safe. So In the practices, I looked at the pace. The only thing what got me off guard is that normally we had 3 qualifying rounds, and I was building up the 2 first laps because then you get a really
Yeah.
fast third lap. So I was a little bit, yeah. I qualified behind Matthias,
Yeah. But
but
yeah,
I got
still,
lucky.
yeah, no, not lucky. I mean, you deserve the win, and indeed, there was Martin who didn't get off the line as expected. But yeah, nobody could get back to you because although, for instance, in gold class, Martin, who had a difficult start, but he could fight back to P3. So in silver, you were gone, and nobody could catch up at during the whole
Yeah,
race. So well
I
done.
was also using the slipstreams in my
Yeah.
advantage. I think I was a little bit faster than Gosens, but I was glad he was not putting up a fight. But
Yeah.
it was important to gain that time that I passed him.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy before me, I don't know his last name, but I was using him in a slipstream, and by the end I was just keeping it safe.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the points are now, but maybe it's going to be tight in the
close.
last race.
It's
But
closer, but there's still a gap because Matthias is still in P2, so you're gaining back again a few points, but still it's everything can happen in Spa. But if he gets close, if he ends close to you in the race, then he's going to take the championship. But Spa is a difficult track; a lot of stuff can happen. So we are looking forward to that one.
I just need to keep win that race, and hope he gets bad luck. But it's a shame I missed the first race with my disconnect because I think it was different then. But I'm glad that my pace is getting stronger.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to be up with the gold guys, so I think it's gonna be a gold class next season.
Yeah, that could be so. But nevertheless, we are looking forward to Spa and to see you guys race at Spa. And let's make it. I told Matthias it's a fight for honor at Spa. To win the race at Spa is always nice. So we hope to see a great battle between you and Matthias as well. And maybe somebody else of silver, of course, as well. So thank you for joining tonight. And just make sure next time you have somebody in the team chat that keeps an eye on the timing, so he can warn you all about the start. So that's the tip.
Good luck.
We'll
with
do
the
that.
practice.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good evening, Gilles. Thank you, and we hope to see you next time.
Good evening. Thanks for the hosting, guys.
Cheers.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Alrighty then.
Yes.
Then I think it's
time to practice some MX5 because Wednesday
yes.
it's race time with the MX5.
Absolutely. And if you're going to get annoyed quite easily, you can also get to watch the broadcast we're doing tomorrow for Dynamics, another GT3 championship. So lots of stuff to watch this week. Tomorrow is the GT3. On Wednesday, it's the DIGITRAQZ MX5 challenge first round. So make sure to tune in on the YouTube channel and see you guys then.
Yeah, so have a good evening, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with another DIGITRAQZ race on Wednesday, and we will definitely see you at Spa at the end of the month. So have a good evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Jean, again for the great commentary, and we'll see each other tomorrow, and then also, of course, the next race.
Absolutely. See you tomorrow.
Okay, have a good evening. Goodbye.
Yes.